nice.
And voila. Sorry for the interruption.
Eine kurze Unterbrechung.
Wait, isn't that Halsey? So the whole thing about people dissolving wasn't true after all?
To be clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I testified, the merit of doing so would lessen my sentence. I was hiding outside this room listening to the proceedings because I was afraid that I would be the one put on trial. I was just feeling happy that no one had noticed me, and then before I knew it, she caught me.
That'll teach you to underestimate us three.
Where should I begin? I'm sorry. I'm the one who killed Cowell. I admit it.
Aber anscheinend nicht wirklich.
What? Why?
Wo? Warum? Wieso? Weshalb?
Firstly, my name isn't Halsey. It's Lillian, and I'm originally from Mondstadt.
Dann kann das Wasser natürlich nicht funktionieren.
I heard that Lyney's show was gonna be a real thriller, but I missed the chance to buy a ticket, so I stole one. That's how I make a living. I steal stuff here and there. And I'd never been caught before. But I was noticed at the harbor a few days ago, and I barely got away. Lyney was the one who caught me in the act.
Ja, und da haben wir sie ja wiedererkannt, Eike, ne? Hast du ja deinen Hinweis drauf gegeben vor ein paar Folgen.
Ja.
Hey, no wonder you look familiar. So you were the thief.
Diese NPCs, die sehen alle gleich aus.
Lyney even mentioned that you were pretty skilled.
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but then the number selector chose me. He even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked I was. I thought he was onto me for sure. So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flee, but then I got water poured on me for no reason, and then someone jumped into the tunnel to nab me.
Ja, weil derjenige davon ausgegangen ist, dass du dich im Wasser aufgelöst hättest.
I wasn't going to take that lying down, so I knocked him out and stuffed him into the box. There was nowhere to run from there, though, so I had to change my clothes and hide in a box containing performance costumes. I slipped out after the first guard arrived at the scene and continued hiding inside the opera house.
Can a person even hide in there?
Ja, wenn sie nicht wenn sie nicht auswählbar war. Nicht wahr, Eike? Ja. Das Verstecken hat, ist klar.
But I swear I didn't know that the water tank would fall down. Really, I swear it. Had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic box. I may be a thief, but I'm no killer.
Well, that makes everything pretty clear now, doesn't it?
Ja, jetzt versuch mal zu argumentieren, du alte Schlunze. Nicht wahr, Eike?
Die ist nur 500 Jahre alt, die schon. Sie ist praktisch Baby.
This time, we need to
Hydroschlunz.
tell the entire story from Lillian's perspective.
Was denn, schon wieder? Ach nö, na gut. Er kam in den Tunnel. Das ist klar. Er ist in den Tunnel gegangen.
Seems this...
Ich glaube, wir machen mal wieder hier einen Schnitt, Eike, ja?
Ja, ja.
Hier hat sich ja nichts geändert eigentlich.
The strange sound wasn't from a fight. It was Lillian's attempt to break out when she was frightened.
Ist klar. Da wo er sich ja eigentlich auf Linie in den Kampf gekommen ist, aber es gab keinen Kampf. Er hat einen K.O. gehauen.
The flower vase was not broken to cover anything up, but it was smashed during the struggle between Lillian and Cowell.
Sag ich doch. Nein. Ich glaube, können wir ja so lassen. Ich glaube, da hat sich nichts geändert. Ja. Dann nach dem Kampf? Was tat der nach dem Kampf? Genau. Ihr Kleid ausziehen.
Lillian was afraid that she would be recognized if she left, so she changed clothes and hid, biding her time. Just what one might expect of an experienced thief.
And it's Ace Detective Paimon time! Having been selected out of the blue, Lillian panicked.
Genau, nur diese 2 Dinge, die haben wirklich stattgefunden.
Her panic only intensified after she entered the tunnel and had water poured on her head. So she kicked the door open, producing the thud we all heard. Hearing the commotion, Cowell leapt into the tunnel, only to discover that Lillian had not dissolved. He did not know that Lillian was not from Fontaine, but was a thief who made her way in by stealing a ticket.
A thief!
Ja gut, zumindest haben wir dann dadurch auch das Leben gerettet von der ursprünglichen Ticketbesitzerin.
Mistakenly believing that the water from the primordial sea needed time to take effect, he tried to force Lillian back into the box. The two broke the flower vase during the struggle, but Lillian came out on top, knocking Cowell out and putting him in the box. With no way of escaping, she changed her clothes and hid in the costume trunk until the performance ended.
Tja, hätte er sich mal mit ihr und, wie heißt das, Eike, ne? Hätte er sich mit ihr unterhalten und mal gesagt, ja, kannst du mal bitte hier dich in der Kiste verstecken und mal das Kleid hier reinlegen? Danke.
Es sollte ja getötet werden, insofern war das gerade keine gute Idee, da mit ihr reden.
Ja, da wäre die Zeit auch ein bisschen knapp gewesen.
She knew that she would have to go through guard inspection if she tried to leave afterward. So, she has been trapped in the opera house these last 2 days.
Uah, das muss aber nervig gewesen sein.
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting over macarons. So, she swiped 2 of them right under our noses. Talk about a sneaky thief.
Okay, das ergibt keinen Sinn, Eike.
Wieso?
Wie hätte sie denn in der Stelle, wo wir da zusammen saßen, wo hätte sie sich denn da die Macarons klauen sollen?
Unterm Tisch versteckt, unterm Sofa durchgeschlichen.
Ja, irgendwas so in der Art. Oder sie kann sich unsichtbar machen.
At this
Wenn
point,
alle nicht hingucken.
events
Ja.
that happened in the tunnel have now come to light.
Sie ist ein
Oder,
richtig guter Diebin.
oder
Ja,
ein Draht, ein kleines Ding und werfen.
es wäre alles möglich. Oder während der Ladesequenz. Genau.
Ah, so that's the whole story.
Ach so.
Bravo! Bravo!
Darauf stehen die Leute hier.
Now then, Lady Farina, do you wish to speak against the defense's statements?
Und jetzt will ich sehen, wie sie richtig jetzt austickt. Nein, das stimmt nicht. Ah, stampft mit dem Fuß auf.
Please answer the question, Lady Farina. Also, if I may add, the trial has not yet ended. As such, I request that the prosecution not leave the room before the proceedings have concluded.
Und wenn sie es macht, wie heißt das nochmal? Ja, Gerichtsvollzieher, nein, Gerichtsdiener, schnappt, nimmt den Hydroakon fest.
Ich werde die nicht anfassen.
What? Are you reading my mind now?
Ist bestimmt ganz glitschig.
No, I have no further arguments. I admit defeat. But really, could you at least have left me with some dignity?
Sie wird ein bisschen rot, Eike, sogar.
Wird sie das?
Sieht ein bisschen so aus, oder?
Ja, sie wird rot.
Ja. Hat sie denn jemals verloren? Irgendeinen Fall? Wahrscheinlich nicht, oder?
Doch, schon.
Wow,
Oder? Vielleicht.
look at that. She's like a deflated balloon now.
Das ist ja ein schöner Vergleich.
If there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice of Fontaine, I shall once again repeat the full sequence of events. The actual
kommt die
perpetrator
Zusammenfassung.
of the serial disappearances, Cowell, selected his next victim from the audience reservation list.
Jetzt kommt echt die gute Zusammenfassung, die wir schon viel früher hätten haben können. Aber niemand hört ja auf uns.
With some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that the pre-selected young woman would be chosen.
Weil es wäre total egal gewesen, wer reingekommen wäre. Der Zaubertrick wäre eh gleich abgelaufen.
To cover up any evidence while committing the deed, Cowell thought of allowing the water tank to fall, which would conceal the water left behind after the young woman was dissolved. He also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance to cause the tank to drop and hide the watermarks. He poured the water from the primordial sea into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box and stuck it to the box's lid.
Ist auch richtig Platz. Ah, Platz. Weg ist er.
Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when bringing the young woman to said box.
Hätte das nicht auffallen sollen, das Ding?
When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope and bursting the balloon containing the water. If all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Lillian was not from Fontaine, and thus fled the box with a loud noise. Realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Lillian. Thinking that the waters had not yet taken effect, he decided to proceed. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious, and placed into the magic box, and thus became his own final victim. Lillian, according to her own statements, then changed clothes and hid until the performance ended, before hiding in other parts of the opera house.
Ach, warum zog sie ihr Kleid aus? Nur weil es nass war?
Nein, um sich rausschleichen zu können.
Ach so, damit sich auffällt.
Andere Klamotten und dann rausschleichen.
Ja, da hätte sie mal das Kleid mit in die Kiste nehmen sollen.
As for Lyney, he was in the underground structures within the opera house, and was thus ignorant of these happenings. From this reconstruction of events, we can conclude that Lyney, the accused, is in fact innocent.
Na endlich, nach über 2,5 Stunden.
While there is much in Lyney and Lillian's conduct that should still be investigated separately,
Das kommt in einem anderen Verfahren.
this case at least can be handed over to the oratories to make the final decision.
Falsches Spiel.
As such, Lyney and Lynette are officially declared not guilty.
Ich habe falsch gelesen. Was steht da? Schuldig. Ach nee, unschuldig. Demnächst auf dem Game Boy Advance. Nee, Quatsch. Wo ist das? Das heißt 3DS.
Great work, partners. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Machen wir jetzt Party?
Next, I think we deserve an explanation, Guard Vaughn. How did you find the water from the primordial sea in Lyney's baggage?
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake, you know. Or was that not a discovery, but false evidence that you dared to bring before this court?
I suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was not Lyney, but you, yes?
Oh, wird alles gleich direkt aufgelöst.
I'm sure you know what you must do to lessen your sentence.
Speak quickly! Unless you want to earn yourself a one-way ticket to Coupon Town.
Der was? So, der Tauchschein. Achso, zum Tauchen. Okay. Habe ich jetzt nicht sofort verstanden.
Ausschein.
I was just following orders. We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Lyney, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Fatui. The higher-ups said this was the best opportunity to do so.
And now that your plan has fallen through, and the secrets of the water have been revealed, you have become a liability to said higher-ups, yes?
Wer könnte das gewesen sein?
Therefore, you would be wise to tell everything you know, and seek the protection of the guards.
Yes, I'll tell you everything I know. Our boss discovered that the water can cause people to dissolve. It can also be made into a potion, which when extremely diluted, can cause people to experience unforgettable exhilaration.
Aha, okay, also wenn man das Wasser pur trinkt, dann berührt, dann wird man zu Wasser?
Ja.
Und wenn man sehr dünn verdingt, wird zu LSD.
Stimmt.
Ja.
We've been in this business for a while now, and have made decent more off it. The disappearances were also the boss's idea. I mean, this is the boss we're talking about.
Jetzt wird er erschossen.
And now he can no longer talk.
Such ruthlessness. I shouldn't have expected any less of them.
Die machen das ja schon seit über 20 Jahren.
An outrageous act. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
Außer der Flüssigkeit nichts gefunden, wie Auflösung übrig geblieben ist.